Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to a new video. So back in June, July time, I put in my Premier League table prediction for the 17-18 season. And I thought this would be a good chance to look at what my predictions were and how they compare to the Premier League at this moment in time. Ideally, I would have done this halfway through the season on 18 games. There's been 24 played now, but it was very busy over the Christmas period, and obviously with the League Cup being on this week, the FA Cup on this weekend, I thought it was a good break, a good chance to basically go through how I'm doing. I also did predictions, simulated predictions on FIFA and Football Manager. So I'm going to be able to compare how I'm doing and then also compare how they did with me, see who has got the most right places in the league so far. Yeah, let's get into it. So we'll start off with my bottom three. I went Burnley, Huddersfield, Brighton down the bottom. Sorry to those clubs, and I realise I'm already setting myself up for a fail because the league is so tight from literally mid-table all the way down to the bottom. It's like, what, 3 or 4 points in it? So, and I knew when I made this video at the time I was probably not going to do great, but it's still interesting to try it and, you know, go through it. So, Burnley, I've had an amazing season so far, so I was pretty wrong with that one. And to be fair, Huddersfield and Brighton, after being promoted, aren't in the relegation zone. So they are definitely proving me wrong. Obviously, at this moment in time, Southampton, West Brom and Swansea are actually the bottom three. So I missed out on that one. And like I said, it's very tight in the bottom half of the table. So I can tell you that I haven't done amazingly well with the bottom half of the table. So on that note, we'll move on to a few other teams. In 17th place, I went for Watford. And again, like Burnley, have had a cracking start to the season. The form's dipped a little bit, but they're nowhere near where I predicted them down there. I went Swansea 16th, who are actually 20th at the minute. Stoke 15th, who are 17th, so you know it's there and thereabouts. I went Newcastle 14th for my team, we're actually 15th, so again, not too far away. And then I went Crystal Palace 13th, and they are 13th, so that's the one correct I have got so far. In those bottom 8 teams, 6 of my predictions are actually correct. They're not in the right order, apart from Crystal Palace was the only one I've got right so far. 6 of those 8 teams I actually did get in the bottom 8, so yes, the actual positioning isn't spot on, but it's, like I said, it's like 3 points separating them all, so it's a difficult one to do. Obviously, West Brom and Southampton are the 2 teams in the actual Prem who are in that bottom 8 that I had higher up the league, and I went for Watford and Burnley down there who are higher up the league, so not too bad. A couple of teams like 1 places out. I went for Huddersfield down in 19th. They're actually up in 14th, so that's quite a big jump. But like Newcastle, 1 place off. Stoke, 2 places off. It's not the worst attempt, but I think I can definitely do better. In 12th place, I went for Southampton. I don't know, I had a feeling they might do alright this season. They're down in the bottom 3, and I've said this in a couple of my prediction videos. I didn't realise they were that low, you know. I thought they would we're going to push on this season. They haven't really. Same with West Brom. I had them down as a pretty solid mid-table side this year, and they are second bottom. So 2 that I got quite badly wrong there. Bournemouth, I went for 10th. They're actually 12th, so again, not too far away. Leicester, I went for 9th. They are not on there yet, so they are a little bit higher up. West Ham, I went 8th because they had some decent signings this year, and it hasn't really worked out for them. They are kind of bringing back a little bit of form now, but they didn't have a great start to the season, which is why they're sitting in 11th. Obviously, in the actual league table, Burnley are in 8th. I had them down 3rd bottom. Everton, 9th. Haven't got them on my list yet because they're actually done a little bit worse than, again, I thought they might do so far at this point in the season. And yeah, same, again, Watford. I had them maybe not doing great this year, and as I said, they had a great start, so still just the one right with Crystal Palace, but I can promise you it gets a little bit better from here. So in 7th place, I went for Everton. As I said, they're in 9th at the moment. They didn't have a great start this season. They brought in the new manager. I mean, they've just brought Walcott in. 9th. I mean, they could push higher than that. I think by the end of the season, they could easily push to 7th where I've put them. I went Arsenal in 6th, and I got that spot on, so very happy with that. Liverpool, I went 5th, and Spurs are actually in 5th, so well, I've got 2 right now. At least Crystal Palace, and then Arsenal in 6th is correct. Obviously, there's a whole half of the season left to go, so things might change around. I went Leicester in 9th. They're actually in 7th, so again, they're beating my expectations with that one, which is great for them. Again, they didn't have the greatest start to the season, and they have really pulled it back as well. So let's get out the final few teams and see how we did at the top of the league. So in fourth and the first of the Champions League spots, I did go for Spurs. So Liverpool and Spurs just one place around from each other. If you swap them around, I would have been spot on. And there is plenty of times that Spurs could push into that fourth spot and get an extra place for me. Third place, I had Chelsea. So got that one spot on. So that's 3 that I've got right so far. And obviously the top two Manchester clubs. Did I get it the right way around? If you've watched my last video when I did it, you'll already know. Yes, I did get them the right way around. I had Manchester United second, Man City at top, and I don't imagine Man City would change from that spot. So they got the top 3 are correct at this moment in time. I mean, I think basically, you know, like the second, third, maybe fourth place with Liverpool could easily move around, especially Man U and Chelsea. It was a hard one to predict, especially the way the league has turned out this way. I think if anyone was going to do a prediction for the league this year, I don't imagine they would have gone too different to me with those. I mean, the top 6 clubs I got were all, you know, the top 6 clubs. They're just slightly in a different order. And then basically from mid-table all the way down, the fact that there's 4, 5, 6 points between them makes it very, very hard to predict and get that the right way around. And then obviously there's a couple of teams that I got pretty wrong. You know, Burnley and Watford have done far better than I thought they would. I thought West Brom would have been mid-table. They're quite low, obviously second bottom. Same with Southampton. So in general, I did okay. I got 5 correct scores out of 20, which isn't bad. But obviously I think I could have done a little bit better. But like I said, the league has still got plenty of time to go. And I will be revisiting this when the league ends. And I'm probably going to be doing my prediction for next season as well at the same time. So if you've done this, let me know how you did. Let's get on and see how FIFA and Football Manager compared to what I said. We'll take a look at FIFA first, and as you can see from the ticks that I've stuck on here, I got 5 right, FIFA got 2 right, so I've bettered them for now anyway. They had Man U second, that was correct. They had Man City 5th, Spurs top, so they're back in the Spurs win. I don't think it might quite happen now. This was actually back on FIFA 17 as well, because FIFA 18 wasn't even out back when I did the predictions. So the obvious outliers are Man City probably should have been a bit higher. They had Stoke in 3rd, who are actually 17th at the moment, so maybe FIFA got that one a little bit wrong. And then in general, I mean, Liverpool in 10th. I mean, that's probably not the greatest of predictions, but as I said, the league's so close. At least I beat FIFA. I've beat someone. Let's have a look at Football Manager. Football Manager did a little bit better than FIFA. They got 3 correct. They had Spurs in 5th, which was right. They had Leicester in 7th, which was right. And they had West Ham in 3rd, which was right. They were going for an Arsenal win this year. Not quite working out for Arsenal at the minute. Although they are looking to maybe bring in some new players, although they have lost Sanchez. So Chelsea second, that's not far off. Liverpool, Man U. So they did get the top 4 right. No, they didn't, because they had Man City in 14th. Come on, Football Manager, you're better than that. They had Everton down in 15th. I mean, they're a bit high. I mean, Brighton, Swansea, Huddersfield down the bottom. Crystal Palace, Newcastle. They're not that many points off that area. But then Everton, Man City isn't great. Stoke, they're only... yeah, they're not far off with that as well. So, I got 5. FIFA got 2. Football Manager got 3. Let me know down in the comments if you did a predictions for the table. Let me know how you did. I think I've done alright. Not amazing. Better in the top half than in the second half. But like I said, there's still almost half a season to go. So things are going to change. As I said, stitching myself up with this video because I'm sure there's people who are fans of various clubs going, Rob, why was that so wrong? And I am aware of it. It's not an easy thing to do when you have no idea how the season's going to play out. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Drop a like down below if you had and comment how you did if you did this. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you later. And I'll see you maybe at the end of the season. We can see if I did any better or maybe worse. We'll have to find out. Catch you later.